This W100 bicolor light is COLBOR's answer to the Zhiyun Molus X100, or at least that's how I see it. It is small, yet super powerful at 100 watts, which in a way is also its weakness, but I like it a lot overall. Let's talk about it. If you're new here, I'm Sebastian and welcome to the channel. COLBOR sent me this light for review, but they don't have any input on this video or get to see it before it's posted. Usually I don't care all that much for how a light or other gear looks, because in the end it's just a tool. But this looks, and I don't use that word very often, quite cute. It almost looks like a camera with the grip and button placement, and it even has a little button that sort of resembles a shutter button. It's a bit gimmicky, but I kind of like it, though it doesn't add anything to it being a good tool or not. It comes with a reflector dish and a little silicone diffuser dome that you can put on it, and also comes with a little protection cap for the chip, and a power brick that has a nice metal strap on it so you can hang it on the light stand. I think this is a really nice touch that adds to the usability. And it has more options for power, but I'll get to that in a second. Build quality is decent. It has a well-protected fan on the back, and the COB chip is also well protected with a somewhat diffusing hard plastic thingy. The housing is all plastic except for the 1/4-inch mounting points on the side and bottom, but because it's so small and light, I think it's good enough. Though I have noticed a few things that haven't been designed so well. The first one is the mini Bowens mount that it has. I got myself an Ulanzi mini softbox for this light and a lantern softbox to get some more diffusion and directionality, because at the time of recording this review, COLBOR didn't have their softbox for this light available yet. And I'm using it with the Ulanzi softbox as a key light at the moment, with a really simple light stand. And I don't know if it's because of my softbox being an Ulanzi, but the locking mechanism to keep the softbox in place wasn't particularly well designed, because I can actually twist the softbox out without pushing the locking mechanism. So there's a fair chance that the softbox will fall out if you accidentally bump the light or stand. Perhaps this will work better with COLBOR's own mini softbox. The second thing I noticed is that the top dial or wheel for adjusting the intensity of the light feels a bit too loose. It doesn't have much resistance or any at all when turning it. I found that it makes it a bit harder to make small adjustments. Speaking of buttons, it's got the top dial, a button on the side of it to quickly switch between 0, 25, 50, 75 and 100% intensity. A little button on the top for toggling between manual, Wi-Fi and app control. A clickable dial for adjusting color temperature on the back, beneath the little screen that tells you what you need to know, and of course a power button. So let's look at power options for the W100. On the bottom there are several power connection points. It's got the DC input for use with the included power brick. It would have been nice to see a locking DC connector, but the connection is quite secure as it is. Next to it is the USB-C power delivery port. And this is where I think the W100's powerful output is also its downside. You see, while it is nice to be able to power it via USB-C, its need for power comes with some limitations depending on the USB-C power supply. It requires a 100-watt source, a wall charger or battery that's powerful enough, plus a USB-C cable that can handle that power to power the light at 100%. Now, I don't have a 100-watt USB-C power source, and I tried it with the most powerful USB-C source I have, this V-mount battery. I could get it up to work up to 50% intensity, but if I go beyond that, the light will just turn off. If you have a 100-watt USB-C power source, it's not a problem, of course. But not being able to power it with a V-mount like this, I think, is a bit of a downside. Also, once you've gone over 50% and the light turns itself off, you can't turn it back on unless you connect a 100-watt source again, I think it would be great if it would default to say 25% whenever it's connected via USB-C to a less powerful source. COLBOR will be releasing a battery grip for this light, which will make it a lot more flexible. But both the softbox and the battery grip weren't available at the time of this review. COLBOR have their COLBOR Studio app that can control several lights in their lineup, including the W100. I have it set up as my hair light now, and it's set to app control. So I can adjust intensity and color temperature from within the app. It's a very usable app. Once the initial connection has been established, the app will automatically connect to the light if power is connected. It has all the usual controls like color temperature and intensity, with shortcuts for 25, 50 and 75% intensity, as well as presets for color temperature. It's also possible to control the color temperature by gel settings in stops, if you prefer to set it that way or need to match another light with a gel. The usual suspects as far as effects are also present, like fire, faulty bulb and lightning. Though some of them seem to do absolutely nothing, like the TV effect, even when I adjusted the rate, and not all of them are quite as convincing. Additionally, you can set up scenes, group multiple lights together as, well, a group, and add a group to a scene. You can also set the fan speed. The fan isn't particularly loud, but it is audible at full speed. Not as loud as this blower COLBOR sent me as well. I'm not going to make a video about this one, but if you're looking for an electric blower, this is so powerful it blows some of the competition out of the water. You can set the W100's fan to smart mode, quiet mode and performance mode. These modes, I think, speak for themselves, but a quiet mode always seems most attractive to me for obvious reasons. So I wondered, how does it affect the performance of the light when it's set to quiet mode? Well, it just keeps running at 100% intensity. At least until I decided to turn it off after 5.5 hours with an ambient temperature of 18 degrees Celsius. Perhaps it will have an effect on the longevity of the COB chip long term. Light quality seems good. It is advertised with a CRI of 97+. I have no way of measuring that, and CRI as a metric also doesn't say all that much about the quality of the light. But I haven't really seen weird color casts on footage where I use this light. The color temperature ranges from 2700 Kelvin to 6500 Kelvin, which I think is a good enough range, and is adjustable in increments of 50 degrees. It also has a color picker feature where you can point your phone's camera at a color or another light, and it will match the W100's color temperature. The included reflector with the little dome diffuser makes the light somewhat diffuse, but basically lights up a whole room. Usually you would want a more directional light source, so I would recommend picking up a mini softbox if you decide to purchase this light. I love how small and powerful they can make video lights these days. I will be using this one a lot. It's ideal for on location. I don't need a big heavy C-stand for it, and it's small enough to take it with me in a camera backpack. I think the W100 is a very good competitor to other compact COB lights on the market, in my opinion, especially considering the price of $169 for the basic kit as I have it here. I don't know what the prices of the accessories like the battery grip or the softbox are going to be, but as is, I think it's a great deal, as the Zhiyun Molus X100 is around $70 more, albeit with a battery grip included. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out. I hope this video was helpful. If so, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and maybe hit that notification bell, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.